Hello, Chicago Tough sports fans. I'm Anthony. I'm here with Paul, Hitman, Connor, and Scott. What's going on, gentlemen? Well, boys, it's here. White Sox baseball, the playoffs.
Wait. What?
What?
I already have a complaint about this bullshit.
What?
Hitman gets his first name, a nickname,
I'm still thinking.
and his last name. I was just Scott. Scott.
I'm still thinking.
I'm just random jerk off Scott.
I'm still thinking.
You know how many Scotts there are?
It has to be cool and witty and awesome. So for right now, you're
Hitman
Scott.
has 3 names. Okay. All right, deal.
Oh, okay. What were we saying? Okay.
Rockford Ice Hogs. Here we go.
There we go. The White Sox are in the playoffs. I remember one of our first videos we did, we were talking about that we could hopefully do a video like this, and here we are. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm sure you guys are too. Well, I'm just going to jump right into this. They released the starting pitcher for tomorrow. And here it is. They're going with Lance Lynn, game 1 against Lance McCullers for Houston. You guys go ahead. Give me your thoughts on this.
I mean, I don't mind, the pick of Lance Lynn to be the game 1 starter. That doesn't bother me. Lance Lynn has been the most consistent pitcher White Sox pitcher all season long. So, I mean, for La Russa to reward him with that, I'm okay with that. Hell, I would have been fine if they would have said Giolito was game 1 starter, whatever. But this is a good choice. I'm okay with Lance Lynn being the game 1 starter. That's fine. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, isn't this the reason they kind of brought him in? So if they did make the playoffs, he would be their go-to guy, right?
Well, I don't necessarily think they expected him to be that guy, but because I'm pretty sure, most White Sox fans thought that guy would be Giolito, and Giolito was maddeningly inconsistent, especially the first half of the year. It's just the fact that the most consistent pitcher all year long for the Chicago White Sox has been Lance Lynn.
Yep.
So you reward him with that, and that's fine.
Yeah. Scott?
Yeah, like Hitman said, I don't think game 1. I mean, I know everybody makes a big deal about it, but when you have 2 guys like Lynn and Giolito, I mean, I don't care who starts. Both guys are more than capable of doing it, of beating Houston. So, I mean, they just, everybody's got to they got to bring their A game. Starts tomorrow, man. No more fucking around, man. This is it.
All right.
This is what we've all been waiting for years and years, ever since this rebuild started. Ever since that one cold, rainy night, me and Hitman were at the game, and Chris Sale ripped up his uniform.
Yeah, that started it all.
Wait, what is this? Oh my God!
Right.
Oh my God! What the hell? I can't be here for this. All right. See you guys.
And there he goes.
I'm here.
It's Jimmy,
Special guest.
special guest analyst.
Sorry I'm late. Me and the wife were doing Trevor Bauer activities, and the chain she was hanging from the ceiling from got stuck. So I had to race down here as soon as I could. So sorry about that.
Nice.
That's usually reserved for Tony. That's Tony time.
Yeah.
Hey, we're not crazy though. We have a safe word. Our safe word is Luis Robert. So if I yell that out loud,
Lou Bob.
Wait, were you both awake when this is happening?
that's for the cops to determine.
Right.
Hey man, what's up, bud?
Therein lies the mystery.
Right.
What's going
I don't
on?
want to talk about
Surprise. I'm here. Let's go.
I was just saying, we were talking about the decision for Giolito being the game 1 starter, or no, Lynn, sorry, for Lynn being the game one starter, me and Hitman both basically said we are fine with it because Lynn is more than capable of going out there and beating Houston. So I guess you can jump right in then with your opinion.
Just on that topic with that?
Yeah, so far, yeah, we're just kind of
And-
going in circles.
I was working when you sent that text to the group text, and I was literally going to text the same thing you texted was, yeah, Lynn, Giolito, even Cease, I don't care. I mean, all three of them are good pitchers when they're on, you know, and I think Lynn's the safest of the three, in my opinion, as far as not going out and, you know, looking like an idiot, because we've all seen this year, Giolito, which Giolito are we getting? The one that, you know, walks everybody and hangs the changeup, you know, letter high, or the one that no hits people, and Cease is bipolar all the time. Like he's either really on or really off. And you know, I'm cool with one of them, but I'm not surprised they chose Lynn. He has been the most consistent and, in my opinion, best pitcher for the Sox this year. So
It was June 19th. It was the final score ended up being 7-3 Houston. Lance Lynn, it was his only start this year against Houston. He went 4 innings, gave up 8 hits, 6 earned runs, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. That was Lynn's only appearance against them. I said it was a loss. Now, granted, with the final score, too, the White Sox lineup was nowhere near what it is right now. It had everybody from, I'm not saying these guys are bad players, but they're not Eloy and Robert. They had Sheets, they had Goodwin, they had Engel, they had Vaughn. You know, Vaughn, fine, but they're not Eloy or they're not Luis Robert. So, I mean, that makes a difference, having those two in the lineup. So
It's amazing how big of a difference having those two playing and having them healthy. How big of a difference
Right.
it is for that lineup. It's huge. So they have not released the game 3 starter yet. I guess we can assume Cease, right?
I would think so. I don't know.
I'm actually I mean, my assumption would be Cease, but just because he's available. But I think Rodon is supposed to be having some sort of bullpen session just to test where he's at. You know, so it sucks that Rodon can't go. I mean, like, I mean, truth be told, let's be honest. If Rodon was healthy, Rodon would probably be the game 1 starter, but he's not. So we got Lynn. But
good. Good. Finish
go
it.
ahead. So I was just gonna say that I think it probably would be.
The only way I couldn't see it being Cease is if the Sox were up 2-0. And, you know, being up 2-0, they could, you know, like my logic is if they go to game 4, I think either Keuchel or Lopez is going to start, but their leash is going to be that small.
Yeah.
And if either one of them get in trouble, Kopech's coming in right away. Like I got this thought tomorrow. Kopech's going to be the first starter, first reliever in after Lynn gets relieved or whatever. You won't see Kopech again in game 2 or 3 unless like absolutely necessary, because they're going to save him for that start almost in game 4 if they need him to. And of course, things could change depending on if they're losing or they're winning or whatever. But that's just kind of the vision I had with going forward, what they could do.
You know what's interesting about that, Jimmy, is that my thought was, you know, let's say Cease goes game 3, and let's say the Sox are up 2-1 in the series. I could actually see them bringing back Lynn for game 4 because it's a playoff. And then if it goes game 5, then you bring back Giolito for game 5. I can actually see that scenario play out. Or I can see them basically going with Rodon starting game 4. I mean, assuming Cease goes game 3. But, you know, having Rodon, Rodon, Kopech, and also Lopez being those 3 pitchers to go.
Rodon's the wild card too. Like this is all null if he pitches. If he pitches, he'll pitch game 2 or 3, I'm assuming, right?
He'll pitch game 3 if Giolito's going to.
Yeah, Gio's going to.
All right. Well, like I said, he's the wild card. I hope we don't have to see either Lopez or Keuchel the entire playoffs. That's the ultimate goal, I think. But I'm just kind of looking ahead. If they have no starting left-hand pitchers if Rodon don't go, because you can't trust Keuchel. So you're going to win the playoffs with just righties, and even their bullpen is mainly their best pitchers are righties too. So, you know, let's go. You know, they're all great, so it could still happen. But
right.
what sucks about the Carlos Rodon thing is I have his stats here against the Astros this year. Now this was other Rodon. This was machine Rodon, not broken down Rodon like he is now. July 18th and June 18th, Astros won 2-1 in June 18th. The July 18th, the Sox won 4-0. I just combined both starts. Rodon went, this is 14 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 18 strikeouts in his 2 appearances against Houston. That's where we're missing out on, but potentially, if it's not the same guy, obviously. So that hurts. That's big because those are dominant stats right there
Is
against
there an
that lineup.
official statement? Is there an official statement on what's wrong with him?
I just hear a dead arm.
That's
He's
all it
tired.
is. So it's nothing like that needs surgery. It just, okay.
Not anything structural. It's just the fact that, I mean, the dude hasn't pitched this many amount of innings since he's been in the majors. And
Because back in those starts, remember, it would be the 8th inning and he was pumping the ball at 99 miles an hour. He was getting creased as the game goes.
Yeah.
Here he's topping out at 93, I think his last start was. Maybe he got up to 94 if at best. So I mean that's okay, but that means his slider has to start. It has to be there. If his slider's not working, then he's toast, basically.
he's basically Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, right.
Have we heard anything else about the Abreu situation? Because I think that's pretty big too. If he's not going to be available to play in game 1 anyways.
Well, they said that he had flu-like symptoms.
Okay.
He's COVID negative, so that's a positive. So, I mean, from everything that I've seen, that, you know, Tony Russo's pretty confident he'll play. And based off of, you know, the PA announcer doing stuff at the game tonight, pulling up a sound check, it sounds like Abreu is going to be in the lineup. But once again, it all depends on how he feels in the morning.
Just pump him full of I was going to say Vicodin, vitamins, and yeah, no, that's Doug and Bobby territory. But no, just they'll pump him full of vitamins, get him on an IV tomorrow, and make sure he's hydrated. He'll be good to go. I guess it's something to worry about, but I'm not too concerned about that.
He'll be out there. He never misses anything. He's like
This is what he's been waiting for too.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was more so precaution just to keep him behind, because when people hear flu-like symptoms, what do they automatically assume? COVID.
Right.
Or COVID, yeah.
Right. So they wanted to make sure that he wasn't positive and affecting the team and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, that makes sense why he didn't fly with the team.
Yeah, you can't just be regular sick anymore. It always has to be, but I get it. You got to take the precaution. Yeah.
Who plays if he doesn't? Is it Sheets?
Well,
here's one, right?
So,
I guess Vaughn can play too, yeah.
Well, the ironic thing is, like, when they were doing the whole sound check based off of what Scott Merkin was saying, and once again, take this with a grain of salt, could have been checking out whatever, but it looks like Lurie's going to play right, Sheets DH, and Hernandez is going to be in a second.
Who'd you say was DH?
Sheets.
Oh, he's going to, okay. Yeah, McCullers is a right-hander, right?
Yeah, so take that with a grain of salt based off of what Scott Merkin tweeted out.
So
today.
Eloy's in the field then.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, should we be, when it comes to Hernandez, should we be worried about him at the plate? Because he kind of sucks, right? I mean, yeah, we're not.
He turned it on a little at the end of the year, but I mean, yeah, it's not what they were expecting to get. I mean, yeah, I think what he hit, like 2 or 3 home runs with the Sox, I think.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think they expected more power than what he's shown. But I mean,
know he's almost like a defensive substitution in the first inning because he doesn't hit.
Yeah,
He
right.
fields.
In 53 games with the Sox, he hit 3 homers, 15 RBIs, and batted 232, which is interesting because that's what he was batting when he was with Cleveland. He wasn't, I mean, he's not
Right.
an average guy, but his power numbers were down.
Right. Yeah, because he had like 18 or some home runs when he came over. So
And what did they give up for him?
Just a double A pitcher.
Whatever then, I guess. Can we trade for Madrigal? Can we get him back? Like now?
that also leads me to another point. How confident are we in the bullpen? Specifically, I'll start with speaking of the magical trade, Kimbrel. How do we feel about him going forward?
I'm kind of iffy with him. I mean, he's another one. He's kind of inconsistent. He's either dominating or he just sucks. I don't know how I still don't know how I feel about Kimbrel. I guess
I'm good.
I'm
good. Like,
in the playoffs.
This is where experience sometimes comes into play, you know, like
Yeah.
he's been there. So I'd rather have him in than some, kid, in a pressure situation because he's been there and done that before. So you traded to get Kimbrel for this week. Like, this is it. Like, this is why you traded. So you go to him as long as he can pitch as much as you want and all that stuff. So I feel confident with both. The only guy I don't feel confident with, honestly, is Bummer. Bummer's been the most inconsistent bullpen pitcher this year for the Sox.
Yeah.
Everybody else I'm pretty cool with.
Well, if Bummer is bad, you have no lefty. You have no lefty out of the bullpen. If Bummer's bad,
Oh, that stinks. That's horrible.
What about Crochet?
I'm more confident in Crochet than I am Bummer.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's a lefty though. Yeah.
I'm not confident in either.
I'd rather have
Right,
neither, but you can, like I say, it's the whole pitching staff. It goes from the starters to the relievers to the closers. If they're on, they win the series. It's that simple.
Yeah.
If they this is what Scott would say probably too. Don't walk the Astros. Just throw strikes.
Yep.
Just throw strikes. I saw. I think I either heard this or I read this. The Astros are both number one in contact rates and least striking out team. So they're disciplined. You got to throw strikes or else they're going to walk. And walks have killed the Sox in playoffs before. I mean, look at last year. How many walks did they have in a row last year in the elimination game? Was it 3 or 4, whatever it was?
Yeah, they walked 2 runs in the elimination game. Yeah.
Throw the damn ball across the plate. If they win, if the Astros win hitting, that's better than them walking in stupid runs or giving them extra outs, So
I think Crochet will be okay as long as he has control. Because I noticed with Crochet, sometimes he's throwing way up and out of the zone. I think if Crochet can control the strike zone, I think he'll be very dominant coming out of the pen.
Here's another thing: the White Sox have to play solid defense.
Yep.
The White Sox were 27th in the league in fielding percentage. They cannot give up extra pitches or extra outs. It's just that simple. If a guy going to get on base, fine, whatever. But that can't be an error. Like a routine ground ball to short can't turn into a double because Tim Anderson throws the ball in the stands. Or in the dirt where you can't get it.
Yeah.
They have to be sound fundamentally on defense. They have to. And especially
keep the ball on the ground.
Yeah.
Don't rely on the outfielders to save defensive plays, I'm pretty confident in the middle infield. Moncada's fine. Abreu, he's fine. Don't get the ball in the outfield because that's when it really gets, shady and all that.
Yeah.
Especially at left center.
Who'd you say is in right field? Leary?
It might be.
That's
Leary
tentative. Okay.
Right.
All right. Yeah. All right.
I mean, like I said,
guess.
take that with a grain of salt. That's what was.
Right.
We don't know, the actual lineup until, I don't know. What time's the game tomorrow? 3:07?
Yeah.
3:07 tomorrow. So we probably won't know the lineup until 11, 12 o'clock tomorrow.
The Sox have 13 people that can play right field. None of them are that good, but they've got a lot of people that can stick in right field. So I guess you go Lurie. He was the hottest guy down the stretch, I guess. So plus is he the veteran presence, I guess, too? He's been around the longest compared to who else you can put out there. So
And I mean, he can play the position, I guess. I mean, I trust him out there more than Vaughn, or Sheets. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's their best option. So
But
not
the funny
Engel.
thing,
I know everybody loves Adam Engel, but I still not on board with that.
well, the funny thing is that it's not like Vaughn played a horrible left field. I mean, if you can,
Right,
my
right,
theory, if you can play left, you can play right. I mean,
right.
but I think they want to go more so with the lefty righty matchup. But plus Sheets was tearing up the ball before the end of the regular season, so I guess they want to reward him.
How do we feel about?
Then their game.
Oh, go on, Scott. Sorry, my bad.
Well, I was just gonna. No, you're good. I was just gonna read off Framber Valdez. That's how you say it, right? He's the game 2 starter, I believe they named. Lefty Framber Valdez. He 2 starts against the Sox this year. June 19th, it was that was the game he pitched against Lance Lynn. Actually, he 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. And then later on in the year, he pitched on July 18th, 6 1/3, 7 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. So they can get to him. And he's a lefty. So, and again, this is without Robert. It's without that situation was without I think Robert Grand. I think all 3 of them, if I'm not mistaken.
All three of them might have been out.
Yeah,
Yeah, Grandal was out.
I think they were at that point. Yeah. So I mean, take that into consideration too. So yeah, I mean, it's gotta help. It's gotta help.
Yeah, that's why I'm not really that concerned about this series. Look, if the White Sox hit and have decent starting pitching, the starting pitching doesn't have to be lights out. But if they hit and they play solid defense and the pitching is decent, they'll win this series. That's my humble opinion.
They're going to hit. They're going to hit. I'm not worried about that one bit. They're going to hit. Just
Because who are the other pitchers on Houston? The big one. I know Verlander's gone for the season. He had Tommy John. McCullers, Valdez.
Yeah, they have Odorizzi. I think Greinke's still there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's Zach Greinke, Lance McCullers, Luis Garcia, Framber Valdez, Jose Urquidy, and Odorizzi.
What were Odorizzi?
Uribe.
No, not
Juan
Uribe.
Uribe.
What was Odorizzi and Greinke's stats this season?
Zach Greinke was 11-6 with a 4.16 ERA, and Odorizzi was 6-7 with a 4.21 ERA.
It's not.
That is nothing. They can get to that easy.
Yeah,
but I think Greinke's coming out of the pen. If I heard that right, I think Greinke's coming out of the pen.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that Eloy and Luis are going to be the main factors on offense for this series, anyways.
Gotta hope Moncada stays hot too. That would be huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, they all got to stay hot. I mean, they all got to come through. But speaking of game 2, then Giolito. I'm just rolling off the stats while I have them.
Yeah.
Giolito pitched his 1 appearance against the Astros this year, July 17th. Sox won 10-1. Giolito complete game, 3 hits, 1 earned run, no strikeouts or no walks, 8 strikeouts. So Giolito pretty much dominated them. So. I mean, that makes you feel good, especially game 2 where the Sox they got to Framber Valdez pretty good. I know this doesn't mean it's going to play out that way. I'm just saying.
That was in Houston too, right?
No, that was at home.
It was? Okay.
They got swept in Houston, and then they won.
That's right. I'm sorry. I forgot for some reason I thought there was only one series they played against them.
Yeah, no, they lost 4 in Houston. They won 2 out of 3 at home.
That's right. Yeah. Okay.
Those stats kind of play into what Jimmy said about Giolito. If he's hanging that changeup letter high, then I mean, what Giolito are we going to get? We need that Giolito.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he pitched remarkably better after the All-Star break.
Yeah,
I mean, you can make the argument that he was the best White Sox pitcher after that. I mean, Lynn was good, but Lynn was also dealing with injuries and getting thrown out of the game for stuff for throwing his belt at the umpire, whatever. But Yeah, but I think Giolito will be fine. He'll be fine.
So, oh, what else you guys got, Scott? What other stats you got?
That's pretty much it. I just went over I didn't do the other starting pitching because trust me, you didn't want to see it. Cease struggled with him. I didn't write down his stats, but I know Cease struggled. Who am I forgetting? Oh, and Keuchel. Yeah, I wouldn't even give him the respect to write his name down on the paper. So, and I'm kidding, but I mean, yeah, I just don't want. That's
Your
the
pen
thing
would stop
too.
working.
Yeah, I was like, fuck it, I'm not writing this. That's the thing with the starting pitching too. I'm not going to be upset. I don't care even game 3 if they pitch Rodon or Cease. I'm not going to. The only way I'll be upset is if Ronaldo or Keuchel get a game 3 start. That would be the only reason I'd be upset. But yeah, I think like Hitman said, I'm sure if it goes to game 4, we're going to go back to the 1 and 2 again for games 4 and 5. So, I mean, I think that's how it'll play out. And they also can do something weird too. Say if, now I'm getting way ahead here, they could also do a spot start like Tampa Bay does, with Keuchel if they need to. He could start to be what do they call it, an opener? I don't think that's out of the question.
Well,
That's what I brought up earlier. Yeah.
Like a bullpen game. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
I don't think that's out of the question. I'm saying if they have to use Giolito and Lynn for game 4 and 5,
Yeah.
if they win going into the next series, that's also a possibility.
Right. But also,
So it may not be ideal, but it might be the best they have. So
don't be surprised as well if you see, especially in the bullpen, you see multiple innings out of Kimbrel and Hendricks. Don't be surprised if you see, Kimbrel in the 6th and the 7th inning, and you do, him in the 6th and the 7th, and Hendricks in the 8th and the 9th. Don't be surprised if you see that at all.
oh no, I expect them to cover shit anywhere from the 6th to the 9th. The whole entire thing. Because
So
Hendricks will go for it.
The most amazing part of that statement was Scott actually agreed with Hitman. I've never seen that happen on this podcast. It was weird. I wrote it down. It was 9:44 p.m. So
There we go.
there you go.
Yeah, I wrote it down. It says actually agree with Hitman, and then I had a question mark. So I went for it.
There you go. Hey, it worked out. It
Yeah.
rolled off your tongue well.
Yeah. See, my bullshit is good. Is on point.
So, no, I mean, yeah, like Scott said, everyone's got to be hot. Everyone's got to be on their game. I mean, I think this could be a big win for them. They could take this series from the Astros. So they just got to have those hot bats and the pitching. The pitching's got to be on point.
I'm also hoping that we get the same Tim Anderson we got last year. Remember, Tim Anderson led off every game last year with a hit. I
Oh,
think he had. So
he can set an all-time record of all time tomorrow. He has 3 hits in each of his first 3 postseason games, and that's 4 times has never happened before in the history of baseball. So if he gets 3 hits tomorrow, he's by himself is the #1 guy of having 3 hit games.
Really?
Yeah. The most
Wow.
I read something. The most hits in a 4-game span in the playoff ever is 11. So if he has 2, he ties it. If he has 3, takes the lead. So
Wow.
Oh, Timmy.
they still lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Should I do it now? Should I? Oh, go ahead, Tony. If you got more.
Go for it.
I was gonna. I mean, what else before I do this? I was gonna hit us with prediction time, but what does anybody else have anything to share?
I do.
Nope.
Go ahead.
What's your guys' ideal starting lineup?
Ooh.
I think how he ended the season. I think that's how it's going to be, and I'm fine with it. What did he have? He
I
had
don't even remember what that was.
Anderson, Robert.
Brayu, Grandal, Eloy, Moncada, Lurie, Eats. I know I'm missing somebody.
The first 6 you just mentioned, I hope that's the 6 tomorrow. The 7, 8, 9 you can do whatever with. But the first 6, I love that lineup right there. And I hope
I think-
hope to see. I know they were probably taking it easy on Robert because of his injury. I hope they open him up for stolen bases and all that stuff.
I agree with
Oh,
you.
they have
Because they didn't let him do anything.
This is the time you have to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't really steal that many bases, and I maybe they were saving it for the postseason now. But it's time to air them out now because that you need. I trust the team to hit them in, but getting one person to second base is a big deal. With one or 0 outs to get the inning going or whatever.
Oh yeah,
And I'll
especially in the
also say
playoffs.
it too. I'll also say it too. I'm not going into the series. It might not be the popular thing to say, but I'm not worried about the manager going into the series like I was last year. I'm not
Oh,
saying
God,
he's
no,
the greatest.
no.
Yeah.
You hired La Russa for this time of year. This is it.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about him. I think he's actually going to be very good as far as this goes. Not like Ricky. Oh my God, he let up a hit in the first inning. Let's pull the damn pitcher in Game 3. That made no sense. And Dunning sucks, but still, you should at least let him get out of it last year.
Yeah,
that was so
Yeah,
dumb.
you never know. Yeah, you never know what he could have done after that. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, I mean, something obviously we'll never know. But yeah, that's just one thing I feel like needs to be said. That it's. I think that I don't know how much of a difference it makes wins and losses wise, but yeah, that's one thing I don't have to worry about. Ricky Renteria, nice guy. It's like Matt Nagy, nice guy, but it's not. No, I didn't mean to bring up Matt Nagy. Hitman, stop.
Is he still the coach? Is he the coach?
Yeah. Yes, he is still the head coach. He called me today.
Okay. We just had to clarify.
I heard they're going to rename the team the Chicago Nagys. Like he's that big of an ego trip right now. He's trying to take over the world.
Ugh, no, let's not talk about him. Only good vibes today.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, let's talk. Tony La Russa is actually a better coach than Matt Nagy in this town. That's how crazy
Yeah.
it is now.
Yeah.
So, all right, prediction time. Let's go around. Hitman, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with Sox in 4.
Scott?
I think
Am I voting with my head or my heart?
Your penis.
Yeah. If it's my penis, then I win 3-0. But if I had a gun to my head and I had to choose, I'm gonna say the Astros in 4 games.
Ooh.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but you guys will know how cheery and how positive I am all the time about the teams that I root for. But yeah, no, if I had to make a bet, the Sox were awesome this year. Fun team to watch. I just don't quite think they're there yet. How they played at the end or after the All-Star break really stuck out to me, really bothered me. In Houston, you can't make mistakes against Houston. You can't let up. You can't, yeah. So, I mean, it's just, I think Houston's better. And yeah, I think Houston's going to win.
Jimmy?
I've got Houston in 6.
it's only a 5-game.
Oh,
This is why we don't have him on.
I'm sorry. White Sox in 5. White Sox in 5. That's what I meant to say. White Sox in 5.
Oh.
Bears 24. Oakland 42.
Oh. Yeah, I'm going to go White Sox 3-2. So I think they're going to take it. I just think they're going to.
If it was game 6, Jimmy, they would be tied.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Wouldn't they? You said White
No,
Sox
they're-
in 6? Oh, they could win 4-2, right? Never mind. Sorry, I'm thinking. Yeah, go
Math
Go
is
ahead.
hard.
ahead. Jesus. See, that's why I don't do the tips anymore for bowling.
Right.
So,
Well,
yeah.
I'm picking the White Sox mostly because my prediction at the beginning of the year was White Sox and Dodgers in the World Series.
Yeah.
So I need the Dodgers to win tonight. So
Oh, speaking of, I could do an update real quick.
sure. Breaking
I
news.
got it on here, but I'm behind.
It's 1-1 in the top of the 7th.
Go Cardinals.
I know. Would anybody be upset besides Tony if the Dodgers got knocked off?
No.
Get them out of the playoffs. It helps the Sox chances, in theory.
Yeah.
I know.
Tony got depressed. Oh no. He had his head down.
All right.
How old is Adam Wainwright? Seriously, like he's
40,
52.
40.
he's pitching like he's that dude that was winning or in contention for Cy Youngs every year. Still pitching that way.
Yep.
And they just gave him a bunch of money too.
Well,
Why he's pitching tonight? Big money game, you know?
yeah, right. Like Garrett
Pitching
Cole.
better than I was good. I was about to call him Adam Cole, but
Baby.
Boom.
Who lost yesterday? Boom. Garrett Cole, baby.
Oh boy.
I saw all those posts on social media today, like Garrett Cole, blah blah blah, and I'm like, they paid him $320 million, and this is what he does. And they're like ripping on him, and I'm like, yeah, but he still has $320 million, so he'll be okay.
And he might win.
He'll take your insult.
He might win this,
Right.
this year too. So I mean,
I'll give him one more day and then he'll be over it.
I mean, the Yankees were
Right.
only in the playoffs partly because of him, you know, because he helped win all those games. But you know,
Hey, I got a question for you guys. It just popped in my head. And I know we have the 1 game playoff, right, for the wild card.
Yes.
Would you all would like to see a shorter regular season in order for them to do like a best of 3 for that wild card play-in spot?
Where did you hear that from? Because I heard something similar to that this morning.
It's just something that popped in my head.
Well, they kind of did that last year with the extra wild card in the shortened season, and yeah, it was kind of. Yeah, I know it's shitty. I mean, this 1 game thing, but that's what the MLB wants, right? They want this excitement of the 1 game thing. Isn't that why they did it in the first place?
Right.
Yeah, I know, but it sucks for the Dodgers. Yeah, the Dodgers shouldn't be in this position, winning 106 games, but that's how it goes, I guess. But yeah, no, I wish, 2 out of 3 would be fine. I would like that.
you have to include more teams then. I mean, you don't have
Well,
to,
yeah,
but
that's true.
I'd rather like give like do what football does. Put 6 teams in. Give 1 and 2 a bye, and let 3 and 6 and 4 and 5 do a mini series. Then you could do 5 for the second round, 7 for the championship, and you know, hey, they'll do anything for money, so you know, whatever. But then the players will bitch because it's more playing. So,
Well, that's what I would think. I would think the teams that had to wait for that series would be the ones bitching, you know, the ones that are already in the ALDS, because then they'd have to wait an extra, you know, however many days. Well, they could just play it in 3 days, right?
Just start it right away and do what they did last year. They played 3 consecutive games at the same place, you know?
Right.
So they're only going to be resting for 5 or 6 days. That's what they're doing now. Sox haven't played since, what,
Well,
Saturday?
yeah, that's true,
So,
yeah.
That's it. They're off for 4 games. So it's almost the same thing. It's just an extra pay.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
What would Matt Nagy think?
Yeah,
We should ask him first.
And all decisions go through him.
Oh, Matt Nagy would definitely be starting Ronaldo Lopez tomorrow. Absolutely. Oh, no, he would start Keuchel, because Keuchel used to be an Astro, and he knows what they're thinking, and he knows their
He's got a
scheme.
beard.
So yeah, Matt Nagy's awful.
Then game 2 would be Lopez.
Yeah.
Go in game 3 and
sit
4.
And sit Eloy.
If Matt Nagy was running the White Sox, Jake Land would still be on this roster playing every day.
Speaking of that, I did a little oddball thing. I clamored for it all last offseason. They signed Adam Eaton, right, to play right field. I'm going to read off stats of this player, okay? I want you guys to guess who you think is. Is he a good outfielder? No. Could he manage the position? Kind of. This is his average. This is his flash line for this year. Hit 266, 374 on base, 554 slugging, comes out to a 928 OPS, 32 home runs, 71 RBIs. Do we know who that is? That could have played, and he's making $11.5 million, and he has an option for $11.5 next year as well. Do we know who that is?
Is it Schwarber?
You wanted a power lefty bat in the lineup. Somebody said it. I don't know who.
Schwarber?
Yes.
And Jimmy said it. Schwarber. Yeah.
Schwarber. That would look pretty friggin' sweet in the Sox uniform right now. But how much did they pay Eaton?
$8 million.
Oh wait, this is Chicago Tough Sports, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, all the fans
Yeah.
like, we don't sign him. He played for the Cubs, so we can't sign him because we're traitors.
Yep.
Chicago
Half the
tough.
people are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those people are.
Dumb.
They want those people think that two mediocre catchers are better than one very good catcher.
Oh, I wish I knew who those two guys were.
Their last name is
Oh.
Centino.
Yeah, he was talking to his. Yeah, he was talking to his mom, and I
watching,
wanted
we
to
love
slap
you.
both of them.
Uh,
He doesn't know how
They
to.
wouldn't be watching.
don't
They
know
don't
how
have internet. There's not a chance they're watching.
Yeah, they don't know how to work a computer.
Or a TV. But if they have to inbreed, that's all them.
That's my girl.
Oh, God.
I don't want to know.
Oh, you want to
you
know,
gotta-
Tony? Oh
Tony,
my
you got to
lord!
come up to the bowling alley. There's lots of options.
Oh boy,
Yeah, for murder.
nice.
Crabs and never mind.
Oh jeez, we're done. We're done.
What?
Cut the camera. All right. I don't know. You guys got anything else? I pretty much said everything I have.
No, I mean,
Go Sox and
No, thanks for having me on. I wanted to come with you guys, and I wanted to come on the show once.
ew, what the fuck?
go ahead.
That's why his face is not.
Rounding rendition of Chicago Sports Podcast.
There we go.
We're out.
There we go.
Jimmy, what's your thought on the White Sox? Oh, I want to come on everything. Okay, all right.
There we go.
Please subscribe.
End recording.
Please subscribe.
Oh.
Please subscribe.
See you guys. I'm out.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Go Sox.
Subscribe, please, on
Subscribe.
YouTube. Thank you.
The bell.
Please don't leave us.
Did you hit it?